We're back on?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here. We're probably going to erase the other one. So I'm just going to say I'm here with my friend Mitzi. And it's Claudia's other dog. And you'll have to bring Tallulah sometime too.
That might require wine.
It'll be at cocktail hour.
Oh.
Facebook Live at cocktail hour. Anyway.
And Mitzi is one of the teachers in the program.
Yeah, she's one of the teachers in communication with All Life University. And she's quite stunning. And this is her 15 minutes of fame. So I have everybody locked up so that she can just enjoy her time out here and not be stressed. Apparently she growled at the horses this morning.
She's never seen a horse in her life. She hasn't growled in I don't know how long. We pulled up, she saw you with the horses, and she looked at the horses and started growling.
That's so funny.
There's the old Mitzi.
Well, I have helmet head this morning. But it's a great day when you can go on a hike and ride a horse before work. That's a great day. So anyway, we're here. It's live with Joan. And we were supposed to have a book club. Here's the great news about this author is that she's so famous. She's always on deadline and she still really wants to be with us. But we are not doing that today. And I'll tell you, I'm so glad we're not doing that because I can't even tell you what this book, Beautiful Jim Key, is like. And I almost don't want to, I have to be honest, I was going to cram to finish it last night. And I don't want to because it is so good. And you understand this guy was a slave. He was, then he became a veterinarian. And he was so well known in his community for being able to heal and train animals. And anytime, people wanted to understand his technique, it was that his technique was kindness. Whether it was, people sent him aggressive dogs. I mean, he was that guy. He's that guy we all want to be when we grow up. So, and the horse, Jim Key, I mean, it reminds me so much of a Pony Boy story just the whole thing is crazy. Just an incredible, incredible story. And so I'm glad that the author's too busy for us right now because I want more of you to read it because you'll get a history of this country, what it was like as a slave and he had a nice owner in Tennessee.
Owner.
I know. And there's a quote, I started underlining stuff, that he really understood the horses that were mistreated because of how slaves were treated. And it just makes me want to cry. And I've cried a few times in the book, I'll say that for sure. But it's really powerful. So there's no better time to be reading that book. And I know Lorraine, if she's here, has read it. Kathy's read it.
Tanya Hopley says, yeah, I still have time to finish.
Yeah. And please, I'd love to hear your thoughts because it's so, I mean, there's not a page where you don't learn something. It's so well written. So that's where I really want everybody to join us. And then on the 14th, we have a small furry prayer. We have this author, and he, in order to get his girlfriend, started loving chihuahuas. And FYI, weird. She might have to come back that day. Sit with me.
Well,
it's your people. And
sounds familiar to her.
Yeah.
My husband's story.
Yeah. So this is going to be a great fun book club. And so I'm sorry that we're not having book club today, but I thought we would do some fun things. We could do some readings, and then also I think I want to do a little of the acupressure and Meridian touch that we've been doing in the class with Dr. Jill Todd, my partner with the hemp oil extract. We can't say CBD anymore. It's hemp oil extract. And so anyway, we have this acupressure and Meridian touch class going is an elective for the big program right now. And then we're going to open it up to the public in September, and it's fantastic. How fun is the class?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good. My animals are loving it.
And one thing that I feel like is so great for a Zoom class is you get to feel energy in a way that most people only get when you're doing it with in a live course and somebody's really, hovering over you saying, do you feel that flow? Do you feel that? And so it's very powerful. And if you're new to me, I forgot to do an introduction. My name is Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator, author, TEDx speaker, healer, and founder of Communication with All Life University. And we have a program for animal communicators, for energy healers, for people interested in nature and wildlife. We have all sorts of stuff coming out between now and the first of the year. And also, you could do all of it or some of it. You could just do digital courses. There's plenty of ways. There's free courses here in Learn to Communicate with Animals with Joan. There's an animal communication and a how to connect with your beloved after they die course in here. So there's lots of free material. And then when you're ready, we have everything from a digital class to a full big program. And we have the fall intensive coming up. We have, and then of course, animal communication level 1 will start in October, and energy healing for animals level 1 will start in November. But the intensive is animal communication, animals in transition, death, dying, and beyond, and energy healing for animals. And I've been forgetting to say my mission. I thought about that on my hike this morning because I always review, like I'm in prayer. And I want to say my mission, because my mission is to empower others to deeply connect with all life so that together we give voice to those who can't speak for themselves and ultimately raise the frequency of the planet and heal. So I know that you being here is connecting to my mission, but my mission I know is connecting to yours. So I want to just remember to talk about that, because when we're in our mission, we're living in possibility. So who's here? Is that the garbage truck driving by? Yeah.
I just saw a plume of dust.
I have to say that, I get distracted by my wildlife TV here, and I caught on film last night. Was that the best?
Well, you're going to share it, right?
Yeah, I'm going to share it in here. So the other day what we saw was ravens going after the hawks. And I caught just like half a minute or a little more than about a minute of a raven going after a hawk, and just the flip-flops that the hawk does and the... So anyway, I'll put that in the...
Phenomenal.
It is really great because I was outside doing my chores, and it was right at that point where the hawk's underbelly, the light, the sunset caught the lightness of the under, and then you just see this dark raven going after it.
It was like watching Top Gun.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never seen that because I don't go to those kind of movies, but yeah.
Fighter pilots.
Yeah, no, I know. I do know that. I just have always liked little British stories or love stories or animal stories.
It was insane watching that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I can't, you did it, and the...
I stayed with it.
You stayed with it.
I'm used to filming wildlife. No,
Yeah, it was so good.
And there was on one of the trips this last year, we were at the went to the White Lions. There was a group of us, and there was this one kid who was pretty cocky, and he knew he's from Switzerland or something, and he had that accent to begin with, and so he went on and on and on about how he could find any animal anywhere. And I've been doing so many wildlife trips that everybody stopped. I was like, and our tour guide dude, Ruben, was like, yes, he saw it too. And there's no way you could have seen it if you didn't kind of scan for that sort of thing or get used to looking for wildlife or even be able to film it. And that is, all of a sudden we saw like the top of a leopard and just one leopard ear. And so inside the tree, I just happened to catch the silhouette of that leopard ear. And then I was able to like say, okay, look at 6 o'clock, look down, so your eye gets used to that. And then you get used to like trying to film stuff is really,
wildlife is hard.
it's hard. We were about 3 trips ago in the Timbavati, we were part of a release of a leopard, another leopard, and I set my GoPro up and this camera, and I never looked at the footage because I didn't think I got good footage, but Marissa and I have looked at the GoPro and it's like, oh my God, it's incredible. I've got a lot of good footage, but that little bit with the raven and the hawk was unbelievable. Yeah, we'll post it today.
Okay, so Ginger Gwyn, I hope I'm not butchering your last name, says hi everyone.
Hello.
Shannon Meyer says hi.
Hi Shannon.
Tanya Hoffe, good morning.
Hi Tanya.
Jane says aloha again, Joan and Claudia.
Aloha. Your family's so cute. I want to move in.
I know. I think she may have just spit up her coffee if she's drinking coffee. She'll take you.
We'll just get more dogs.
Hold on. Marilyn Pat says hello. Mitzi is so cute.
I know.
Knows it. Thank you, Marilyn. Rosa Dan says it is a very well written book, and a very well written and timely book. I had tears too.
So good.
Leslie Williams says it's a fabulous book. Love learning about the history.
Yeah.
And then you were talking about the acupressure class, and Kim Nishida said, my dog is loving the acupressure class.
Oh, good.
Shannon says, class is amazing, using tools every day. Cindy Coleman says, hi, everyone.
Hi, Cindy. I'm using the acupressure on my horses, and today I worked Gabrielle, and the first thing out of her mouth was, I'm trying to get her going. She's like, you didn't stretch me. I'm like, I know, okay? I know. I'm short on time.
I could see her like out of the side of her mouth.
Yeah, that one ear is on me.
Oh, Gabrielle.
I know, but I've used it on her, and you know, she's 33, so for me to get just a wider step and more use of her legs is like necessary for elderly animals, right? And so I'm using it on everything from the puppy to my elderly gal, and yeah, loving it.
So Jane Narata says, you can have them, but no give backs. I'm with you, Jane.
I already have Claudia's kids if I want them.
Anne Clark says, hi, Joan. I just joined. What a lovely companion you have today.
Hi. Yes, this is Claudia's dog.
Mitzi.
Mitzi.
And a lot of you have talked to her.
A lot of you in the big program have talked to her. And even in the Animal Communication Level 1.
Yeah. Yeah, she was actually the teacher last week.
What a beautiful teacher.
Yeah, and she let everybody know she was the queen.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. And then, okay.
So again, I'm sorry that we're not doing
The book club.
But I'm happy to do readings. But in the meantime, I want to share something that I went to my mailbox finally.
I can't see if she's on.
I just can't even believe what I got in the mail.
Yeah, hold on. I don't see her. Okay, well.
I burst into tears. It's a painting of my dog, Isabella. And I know which photo this is. And anyway, Ritzy, I can't even. Yeah. Can you see it? We're social distancing, so she's really far away.
I don't want to. Okay. Do you want to say who? Ridambara, who is in the group, and she's done these beautiful tributes to her dog Opal, who recently left her body, sent this to Joan. And you can go on with that because I'm going to start crying.
Yeah. Anyway, it was with a note saying thank you for all that she's learned in this group, and that that the transition was smooth for Opal. And I mean, Opal was just part of this group for several weeks in all the different stages. So I'm really excited about this. I have a memorial wall, and I'm thinking about, yeah, I know where this is going to go. So I'm very, very, very excited.
And someone was asking if that's a painting. That I know that she does different types of media. This is white pencil, I think, on black paper.
Mm-hmm.
And she's shown me another one of a black lab. It's insane.
Yeah, and it's really hard. I mean, of course, every day of my life I take pictures or video of my dogs, and it's hard. I have always had black dogs, so sometimes it's really hard to get those contours, whether it's a photo or even a painting or a drawing. So it's fantastic.
And yeah, when she comes on, I will ask her to share. Yeah.
We'll ask her. We'll just create a thread for her to share some of her stuff, because it's beautiful.
Yeah. So.
Has anyone asked about their animal?
Yeah. Well, before the live even started, Ginger wanted a reading for Boo. So Ginger, can you give us what kind of animal Boo is, age, how long? Oh, here we go. Please read for my almost 14-year-old mini poodle girl, Boo. She's having liver and other issues. And Ginger, do any other animals live in the house? And how long have you had her?
What color?
And what color is she? She's had her entire life, and she's white. Lives with toy poodle Sage.
Oh boy, that mic is going to pick up my stomach growling. We have a fantastic lunch planned, so having vegan pesto with chopped salad. Okay, I get a sense that she is just super grateful for everything that's going on. I feel like she goes through periods where I mean, and she's has moments where she's like still like the baby girl, but also I feel like even though the other one is named Sage, that Boo has some real Sage-like moments too. And I almost wrote the word Sage down right as you were saying what the name is. So of the other one. So I feel like there's almost like this little dancer, like a little ballerina, and then but really super brilliant. And there was something always strong and fragile about her in her youth. I don't know if she had a lot of medication when she was young, but it just seems like right now she goes through, she'll feel like herself, big energy, and then boom, almost like the batteries ran out. So she's just really grateful and giving it her best, and really wants you to know how much she appreciates everything you're doing, because it feels like you go in and out of really big worry, and she's, and I don't know if you've got some other project going on that occupying a lot of your time, and so you feel kind of split, but she's she's holding her own and giving it her best. And so that's what I get. And she just loves you. That's not my stomach growling.
So while I wait for N Clock to respond, Don Wade says, good morning. Update on Bailey.
Oh, yeah.
He's still holding on, even though the liver gallbladder cancer is progressing. He still eats and drinks. Not sure why he still holds on, but I give him space to transition when he's ready. Thanks again for last week's reading. My elderly mom sure appreciated it.
Oh. You know, we never know why it takes as long. That was, I think, one of the gifts with Opal and Ritzy, who did the drawing, painting. She asked something similar, right? And one of the things that I said, and it was kind of a game changer for her, was we don't know why, but it's that honor that we get to be with them during this time, because you see, we aren't so powerful for them to hang on for us. We love to think that, but and I not that I think you think that, but you have a lifetimes of karma to work through in the transition of coming in and out of your next life. And so whatever it is, what an honor that, the wind down and the completion, as much as could be completed for that soul at this time, is, it's, you get to be part of this, I call it just being a midwife. You get to be a midwife to that next experience, whatever that is. And so it's really a great time for our own quieting and our own reflection. And now Siri is gonna, see how serious I am. Siri takes over. Oh, she didn't. She's told me that I'm not very nice recently.
I had Siri say that to me. Okay, so,
Sorry, there's nothing to repeat.
thank you, Siri.
Thank you, Siri.
So Ann Clock wants us to talk to her, Luna, her dog Luna, who is always barking when coming in and out of the car or when she goes for a walk. She can't calm down for like 5 to 10 minutes. She's so excited that the barking can be annoying and embarrassing. Yes, we know.
I know nothing about
We
that.
have no idea what that's like. She came to her when she was 14 weeks old. She lives with Tilly, who's a dog too, and she's 5 months older than Luna. What kind of a dog?
And are these dogs you show?
Oh, you know who that is. Okay.
How old is Luna again?
5.
Well, my first sense with Luna is just she's really special, in many ways, other than that annoyance, everything else about her is like absolutely perfect in your eyes. And so this has got to be like hard to deal with. And it feels like it's just this flare up for you that like, oh my God, that it almost catches you off guard because there's so many other ways that she's so great. And she knows she's absolutely beautiful and glamorous. And it feels like she's just perpetually happy and a lot, and needs and wants a lot of attention at times. And it feels like you have such an understated energy at times. I mean, you have your own moments of big, but she's like, I can't believe you're not excited we're getting out of the car. I can't believe you're not excited we're going to the store. I can't believe you're not excited that we're doing everything. And so it's like, it's so great, I get to go everywhere. And then, of course, you're like, oh my God. So you've got like, then she's got, I know, I'm big, but I'm trying to be Luna. I feel like it's a matter of exuberance that when it meets your frustration, it almost has a potential to turn into something else. But the first moment is like, oh my God! So, I know, I'm boring. So the point is that if it brings your energy up in a way that is you're just missing each other, whereas everything else about your relationship you're walking side by side. So I think part of it would be if you could go so neutral on that some of you'll kind of not derail her, but you'll neutralize her, if that makes sense. I hope that made sense.
Candace just said must be related to Ryan.
And Delilah. Delilah whips into a frenzy. Delilah suffers from exuberance, and Rhino suffers from exuberance.
Anna Clark, about Luna, she's a Polish lowland sheepdog.
Yeah, I know it. I've seen it.
Tilly's a Lhasa Apso.
Okay. And she said, the other thing she said about Tilly is that Tilly is really great, but Tilly just doesn't get it. Here I am. So, and it's just that one moment of like, whoa, and then, oh, and then the barking, it feels like the barking switches. So, anyway, it'll be okay. Interesting
to see. So we'll wait and see what she says. In the meantime,
and then what I'm gonna do on her, you might want to take our class when we offer it in the fall with Dr. Jill Todd. Shannon will be assisting. It's really fun. Look, there's a roadrunner.
Oh my God!
I know.
I've never seen a roadrunner in real life.
Yeah, no. Well, they hang out here.
Oh my God. I would turn the camera around, but it's attached to a bunch of stuff, you guys, but...
Yeah, isn't that the cutest?
I'm tripping out right now.
I know. And there goes my stomach again. It's growling.
I swear to God, I'm hearing beep beep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, any word?
Okay, so yeah. Sorry, I got sidetracked with the roadrunner.
Roadrunners are so cute.
I'm like the dog from Squirrel. Yes, she is perfect in any other way. You are right. It makes sense. And yes, I am very controlled with my emotions. I love her so much. And she is the sweetest sheepdog I've ever had. Thank you. And I will see you in the class on the 10th and the 11th.
Oh, yeah, for the lost animals. Yeah.
She says, yes, Tilly is very different. Spot on. Very with capital, all capitals.
It's like, wow, there goes Tilly.
Okay, hold on.
But one of the things that I'm about to do, so I have a dog that suffers. And I mean, she suffers from exuberance, even at 8. And what it would turn into sometimes was then it turned into kind of a leash, not quite aggression, but just it just went a different way. And this is my little heart dog. And so I worked really hard. I actually posted a photo yesterday in my page about how boundaries and obedience, what have you. But my dog, Delilah, would go out on these pack walks. Oh my God, the roadrunner's coming closer. Claudia, you can look while I'm talking. I know your camera's there.
No, my other one.
So anyway, it turned, we used to go on these big pack walks. She would get so excited. She'd be so happy. And then I moved down here and I didn't have a pack walk anymore. And so that excitement turned into something else. And not that I think that Luna's very different than Delilah, but Candace is actually who's commented on this thread with Rhino, went into dog training because she has a dog that suffers from exuberance. And so I think that the biggest thing is I couldn't get to, that's probably the one time that you don't have your emotions controlled. And so, I mean, she can just feel the frustration going up. So it's like you've got to find that way to breathe and maybe even enjoy her exuberance for that 1 second and be able to ground it. I think grounding would be the main thing. So, yeah, he's still out there.
I'm going to take a picture and I'll post it to the group.
Yeah. She's got her fancy camera out. If you want to open the door, you might scare him, but...
No, I'm not going to open the door. I don't want to scare him.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, my God. Go. Get him before he goes. So I can't read the posts or anything. I'll just sit here and drink coffee. I hope that helped. Well, we could work on Mitzi. That's one thing we could do. So, what did you just cuss on my live with Joan?
Shoot.
Oh, did you get it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'll see. You know what? From now on, I'm keeping my camera here so that I can, for everybody else, I can take pictures and then we can post them of what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, because the behind the scenes here, it's like I've got this giant window. I've got 2 sliding glass doors to a small mountain. I'm from Seattle, so we have like giant mountains. Oh my God, he is actually climbing the stairs.
Okay, so Lorraine Bollinger wants to know if there's a coyote nearby. Probably. That's what I was looking for. Shannon put a cartoon of the Roadrunner. That was my dad's favorite cartoon. Cindy Turner says, "Oh, Claudia, you guys always get us worked up about what's going on, just leaving us hanging. I got up and took a picture for
yes,
you,
Cindy
Turner." Julie Webb says, "You were talking about the acupressure class." And Clock says, "Maybe I should start barking with her."
I've done that. I was just going to say, I've actually done it with my other dog. This dog, Isabella, used to bark like Cujo. And I spent a whole day barking at the window. And even, Claudia, you see, I can stop my dogs from barking anytime I want, almost.
You did it with Barnaby and Tallulah.
Yeah.
At my house, they started barking, so you barked at them.
Yeah, and you do it once or twice, and then you can turn it off, right? Like they watch you turn it off. But also, it's like you have that fun with them. And you find, especially you do animal communication, you find that zone of like, I know now I can be sitting at my desk, and if they're barking in the other room, I know whether it's a stranger, I know when it's nothing and they've all worked each other up. I mean, I know what every bark is now, and I can stop it like that. I can go and acknowledge, wow, incredible. And I think, yeah, why not have some exuberant barks?
My favorite is when you say, "Now you're just making stuff up," and they stop.
Yeah, I'm like, now you're just making it up. They do stop.
Rose DeDan wants to know, does the Roadrunner have a message for us? We don't.
I didn't ask him. I just admired him.
And that's something you teach us, is we don't communicate with wild animals.
Well, we do we are more communing with.
Yeah.
it does. There can be communication, but for me, I want to be that fly on the wall and allow them to be. But you do more of that kind of stuff, Rose. So maybe you can tune into that. Okay, let's do a little something on Mitzi. What's going to be the best way to?
I can have her you.
Okay.
Yeah, she loves being on people's laps.
Okay.
All right.
And so I want to say that this is, I know Claudia's trying not to be on camera
I'm going to go around this way.
because she refuses to be on camera.
I've been on camera.
I know.
Okay, there you go.
Hi. Hi, gorgeous. Okay. Hi. So one of the first things that I've done videos of, and this is really great for exuberant animals, if you did this before you got in the car even, you know, when we do the tapping, the bladder 1 spot is there, and it's the beginning of the bladder meridian. So I'll just do a little bladder sweep here. Oops, hello. So you go down the body to the end of the tail, down along the bladder meridian to the end of the tail, down to the end of the tail, and then you come down and you go down to the end. I know. 2, 3. And your girl Luna's much bigger, so she's going to be you know, you would do it when before you got in the car. What do you think?
She's just tripping out on everything, looking out. That's TV for her. It's her favorite thing is to watch, look out windows.
And you might do some of the ear calming. So those things are all good for exuberant dogs. It's just the ear and the bladder sweep. And then let's get in here. Mm-hmm.
That's the shoulder triangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we're learning in acupressure class.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, her eyes just softened and she started blinking really slow.
I love working on animals. I just don't get to enough anymore.
And that's the hip rectangle, right? Square.
Mm-hmm. Kind of modifying it because I've got. Mm-hmm.
She's very similar to Gabrielle Essence.
As far as they're not going to give it up right away.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little. No.
Mm. Oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Okay.
Anything else?
Colette says, okay, first Anne says, oh my God, that's too funny. I will try that. Bark, bark, bark. Luna will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Colette says, look out for those 200-ton anvils.
I've gotten that. That's how I ended up doing this work. Right? I got hit on the head a few times by the universe and I didn't pay attention, so I got an anvil.
And the Roadrunner was here.
Exactly. There we go.
I think that was for me, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go.
And Anne says, thank you for the reading and energy work demonstration.
Yeah.
She says, would this help Sage? She loves going in the car but can't stand it when she actually gets in the car.
Would really help. I mean, the bladder sweep to me is like, okay, now she just started to lick and chew and starting to chill a little bit. So Yeah, to me, the bladder sweep is my go-to. I do it on my horses. I do it on my cats every morning. All four of them at some point come line up for it. And then it's just a great thing to do on dogs because it puts them in their body. And my biggest challenge with just doing like remote energy work is if you're not there helping somebody understand that when you're in fight or flight, when you're like, let's say, overly exuberant or you have an illness, your potential for leaving your body is like, it's pretty right there, right? Like, you know that, and Candace's dog Rhino is a perfect example. You get so excited, you just shoot out of the top of your head. Or like Delilah gets so excited, she's like, you know. So bringing them back into their hind feet, bringing them back into their hind feet, bringing them back into their body, they can make different decisions. And they can make a different choice about how they're going to feel about something. So that's, you know, again, I love energy work so much, I wrote a book about it. And I've been doing it for 30 years. I've been doing it longer than I've been doing animal communication. But energetic body work, like acupressure, T-touch, EFT, cranial sacral, acupuncture, all those things put the animal back in their body. And that's when you can see a change in behavior and a change in wellness.
So Bernadette Sector, who is a holistic vet in the program. Hi, Bernadette. She
Hi,
says,
Bernadette.
Hi, ladies. My technicians use the bladder sweep regularly on many of our nervous patients, and it really helps them. It works especially well in our situation at the vets. And Selena Brown says, so the bladder sweep works really well. And we start over. So the bladder sweep works great on horses. Just be sure they don't fall asleep on the cross ties. They wake really funny.
Yeah.
And Lorraine Mullins says, I'd sure like to know why Bonnie becomes so distressed when riding in the car. Maybe we could use her in one of the classes.
Let's use her for advanced a Tuesday night, Lorraine.
Yeah.
That's a great one for the students.
Lorraine, email customer care at Joan Ranquet about Bonnie, and we'll set her up for one of the advanced classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on July. Even though the school has a week off, I never have a week off. I'm working on July's calendar.
I think the only time you give yourself off is your birthday.
My birthday, the day before Christmas was my mom's birthday. The day after was my dead sister's birthday and Christmas. But it's just because I don't leave my pajamas and I have full permission to just sit and read. But I'm taking time out to read every day because I've got to get through these 2 books, and I've got other books I'm reading for other stuff, right?
And then Chris Hogan Wilson says, I've been doing the bladder sweep on dogs in my pet salon.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah, so all these things that are, you know, you look at a herd of horses, and when they get scared and they run off, they could all, if they, you know, finally when they all stop and take a breath, they go back and, you know, they put themselves back in their body. But they're all 2 legs and a head at that point. And if you start watching energy, you can see that when an animal's in fight or flight, they're just in their 2 front legs, their shoulders, their neck, and their head. And I call it 2 legs and a head. But even in our acupressure class, Jill addressed that you know, that's where the section of the shoulders are, is where a lot of the tension, you know, and you think about the heart is there, and it's the 4th chakra. It's really important to be, you know, conscious of where the energy is distributed in the body. And the bladder sweep is the quickest way to bring it back. We could post my bladder sweep video in the group today too, and we'll repost the tapping video. This week I have a flash sale on the tapping EFT class. It's half off. I'm doing flash sales on everything every week. If you're on my newsletter, you know that. But if you're not, I can put it in here.
Christina Hope says, my cat Vinny loves a bladder sweep. I use it on him frequently. His eyes kind of roll back in his head and he purrs like crazy. Cats love the bladder.
Yeah, cats were born for the bladder sweep.
Okay, so it's 10:15.
Oh, it is?
10 to 11, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us today, Mitzi. And this is really fun because I rarely get the opportunity. And next week we're on a field trip, so there may be some more energetic body work. Just saying. So we'll have a fun. We've got some fun planned for next Tuesday. We'll be on location. But you know, I love the opportunity to show where animal communication, energy healing, and then energetic body work really helps. Because if we think about that body, and even in exuberance, right? That's still the two legs and a head. So you want to be massaging the shoulders and loosening that up, but bringing the energy back to that hind end, because either the hind end is one of two things. It's not as strong, which becomes a challenge later on in life, or it's overly muscled. And so, you know, equal distribution of energy in the legs. And when you see, you know, as animals get older, you need those shoulders to be more open and loose if the hind end goes. So, you know, to me, I always teach puppies, the first thing I teach them is how to back up. Because that's another thing, is backing up puts them in their hind end. So I love anything that, you know, I was certified in everything in the 90s, T-touch, acupressure, and for me, like getting back to being the TA in Jill's classes, it's such a blessing because I love to put my hands on them and help them get back in their bodies and help them ground. And it's she's really just chilling. That's a different look than she was on alert before. So the little bit of energy work and energetic.
Softened. I saw it like shift.
Yeah, and look at that, a little sleepy.
Oh yeah, she'll knock me out. I don't need Valium or anything. She lays next to me and I'm out.
Yeah, so it brings a level of relaxation, energetic body work. And relaxation, again, is at the forefront of any behavior or any health shift.
Okay. So we are going to wrap it up, but can you repeat dates? There's going to be the Lost Animals.
Lost Animals on the 10th and 11th. And we've got the book club. And the 14th is A Small Furry Prayer. Beautiful Jim Key. You have an opportunity to complete reading the book. It's so good.
It's being postponed to
either August or September. I had someone else. She hadn't confirmed for August, so I'm waiting to hear. So that's the only reason I'm hesitating. The author of Beautiful Jim Key is a very sought after author, and also, you know, it almost went into production with what's his name? Oh, Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Just spit.
Just spit. So I don't know what happened. One of these emails, I'll ask her what happened, because it's a movie. It's unbelievable.
And very timely.
And very timely. Very, very, very timely. And so, and Lorraine, if you could write your little review of the book in here, because I would love to hear you. And I'm excited to talk to Bonnie. Then we've got the October intensive is like October 2nd, I think, through the 9th or something like that. It's the first Friday through the following week. It'll be animal communication, animals in transition, death, dying, and beyond, and energy healing for animals. And it's it's going to be virtual and, I mean, hopefully live. Who knows what's happening? People are buying their flights. But for those
The 2nd through the 10th.
2nd through the 10th. Like Cindy Turner. It'll be virtual. So as of tomorrow, we're going to have special pricing, special pricing, early birds pricing through the 10th. So I'll post that in the group. And what else? And I'm going to post my Raven Hawk video.
The Roadrunner picture.
Yeah. So we're going to be busy this afternoon just posting stuff. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
Where is the field trip and when?
I'm not. Who's asking? I'm not going to tell.
It's going to be on Live with Joan.
Live with Joan next week. Yeah, we'll do it here. But it'll just be fun because it'll be an interesting topic. Yeah, it'll be fun.
So it'll be here on Live with Joan at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, July
14th is the book. So July 7th.
July 7th.
Yeah. Yep.
And Cindy Turner says, thanks for considering all of us who can't travel. So happy. And somewhere in here, the messages just keep scrolling. Tanya Hoffe, I think, said, nice haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I agree. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Mitzi is done. She's out.
Yeah. See, it works.
Yeah. She's totally relaxed. Okay, bye, everybody.
Big sigh. All right. Bye.